Hello, Wadikani, and welcome to the Children's Chimurenga. I'm Rosemary and thank you for joining me again today. Today I'm just making a short video. Normally I'll only upload videos once or twice a week, but today, the opportunity came up to make one, and a moment came up this morning that really triggered me and made me feel like this reminds me of a pattern that occurred throughout my childhood, and what can I do differently in this moment? And in one of the previous videos, I was speaking about using whatever triggers us, what strong emotions we feel whenever we feel uncomfortable or out of line, to inquire into ourselves as to why we're feeling that way and where that came from. So I had a moment this morning. So this morning, I decided to stay in bed for a little bit longer than usual, and about 20 minutes longer than usual. So that meant that our schedule was about 20 minutes behind. So we came downstairs for breakfast. I made my daughter's porridge, but now I was starting to feel the effect of having that 20 minutes taken away from me, or having chosen not to have that 20 minutes in my life. And so she sat down to eat, and I could feel this rising anxiety in me, this feeling in my stomach that was saying, Kuti, we need to hurry up, we need to get going, we need to tichanonoka kushkoro. And what I wanted to do was to say to her, Kaska, Ijga, eat a bit faster. We need to go, tichanonoka nasi, hurry up. And I was finding it very, very difficult to remain peaceful and calm and to provide the kind of morning time, beginning of the day, fresh start to a new adventure, energy that I would hope to provide for her and for myself in the morning. So I took a deep breath and sat down with a cup of tea and acted like we were on the normal schedule. I don't know if she picked up any vibrations of anxiety from me. Children are very, very sensitive and perceptive, and they can just feel us, because they're in our environment all the time. So I wouldn't be surprised if she picked up on some of it, and maybe she even tried to help me out a little bit by eating a bit faster. She was very cooperative this morning, but I didn't need to, and I managed not to. Komanisa, kaska, 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 tanonoka, kaska, kaska, and but that's what I wanted to do. That's what I felt would help me in that moment. And of course it wouldn't have helped me. Just getting on with it, maybe a little bit quicker than normal, is what would have helped me. What the best help would have been is just to get up at the normal time where you can just flow. And acceptance also, Kuti, okay, today is a little bit later than normal, but instead of making it her problem, I tried my very best to contain it as my own problem, because there were so many times I felt when I was growing up that what was not my problem as a child, she woke up way before me, and it's not just about waking up, it's not just about time. It's about our emotions and something called transference in medical and psychological spheres, which is when others pick up on our emotions, whether that is energetically or through the feeling or the tension in the air, or through the way we act, the way we behave, the way we speak. But often I found that things that were not my problem were made to seem as if they were my problem, or things that were not my problem became my problem. So if there were problems between my parents, as much as they may have tried to hide it or whatever, it became our problem because the whole vibe in the whole house, the whole environment of the home changed. There was tension. Maybe even the behavior of our parents changed as well. And what tends to happen in periods of stress for human beings is that if we are unable to contain our stress, to manage our emotions, to soothe ourselves, to find ways to dissipate the emotion or to comfort ourselves, we try to dispel it or to decrease the pressure cooker that is rising within us by passing it on, by transferring it to other people. And the people that we usually transfer it to are those who are vulnerable to us, who are lower than us on the hierarchy of oppression, people who have less power than us, people who are smaller than us, anybody who we feel safe to do that with. And that's bullying. That's bullying. It's abuse, and it's unfair. Especially to people who we love, people who we are nurturing, people who we've been entrusted by God, by life with, people who we're supposed to be guarding and giving our very best to. And that's not just our children, by the way, that's each other, that's all of us. So even wana sisi, wana budi, any person who is working for us or subordinate to us, if you want to put it that way, all of these roles, we all have roles in one another's lives, and we're all entrusted to one another's care. And so one of the most caring, one of the most loving things that we can do is to learn how to manage our own emotions, learn how to contain our stress, learn how to trust, to let go, learn how to prepare, learn how to mitigate, to ensure that we are also taking care of ourselves and making sure those stress levels don't rise. And if we are finding ourselves in repeated situations of stress and environments that are leading us to blow our top or to not blow our top, but also by containing that pressure, that's why people get high blood pressure. That's why people have heart attacks and things, because they're also containing a lot of stress. So if we are in situations that are causing us stress or high levels of emotional tension repeatedly, then we need to ask ourselves, why am I in this situation? Why am I normalizing this as a constant factor in my life? Because we all have the power to change our situations. And there are many barriers to change sometimes. Familial barriers, societal barriers, what will people think barriers, religious barriers, financial barriers, legal barriers. There are so many barriers, things that our minds think are keeping us in a situation where we are abusing ourselves because we are accepting an environment which is not harmonious for our bodies, but then can lead to us abusing others and perpetuating that abuse and those feelings of tension, anxiety, and the acceptance of them as normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. We were meant for greater things. We are meant for greater things. And the greatest thing is peace. And that is our birthright. So I invite us all to find and embrace the moments in which we find ourselves away from our peaceful place, because those moments are the moments in which we can learn most about ourselves, learn most about how we have ended up being the people that we are, and learn most about how to contain, soothe, and change the trajectory of our lives and of that moment to create peace once again, to welcome peace back. So I hope that this was helpful. And yeah, I'll be making sure to always try and remember that there is a place of peace within myself, which is the baseline, which is the standard. And when I find myself outside of it, deviating from it, then that is some useful information for me to learn a little bit more about myself for the benefit of all beings. Thank you. Bye-bye.